our next topic is XML. So next topic is XML. Now XML is basically extensible markup language. This is one of the way how you parse your data, how you receive your data, and how basically different formats you can play along with it. Okay. For this entire practical, we need one XML file. Okay. Do you know how to generate one XML file? I'm not asking extension. I'm asking how will you generate one. Convert to can work out, but that will be too much. Your point is valid. We can do that. If you want to really want to work with these kind of things, let me just give you an overview. I'm not going to use it. You don't have to write it. Just look here. Get hyphen services, pipe, select hyphen object, and name, display name, status, and start type. I'm taking these four names only. Okay, but not for all the services. Only the service that starts with, let's say, display name starts with A. A and everything should be displayed like this. No, this is a different thing, not XML. Okay, I need to create an XML sheet. So to create, I need some data to be processed like this. And now you can see I've got some data over here. Okay, now I need to take this data and then convert it into XML format. For that, export hyphen CLI XML is the file I am command I'm gonna use. I That's a problem. Export CLI. That is the actual command which will do the job for you. Now run only this much. File name is gonna be same. Okay, file name is gonna be same. I don't want to create unnecessary files over here. So I'll run only this much. Now if I go back, refresh it, can you see something? Does this look like XML data to you? Let's open it with Notepad. Is this the XML data? Got it? So this is the small way or easy way to work with your own XML content. Okay, so here it is, creating XML and storing it in file. That's one way to deal with it. Okay, but this could be little bit complicated when you start fetching the information from it. So what I am gonna do in this case, I am gonna take help of Microsoft. On internet, you type XML plus sample books. Okay, there is one example available from Microsoft end itself. Okay, the name is samplebooks.xml and there's the file. You can see here. You are sample XML file books.xml. When I open it, you can see the entire data is now available in the XML format. So you do not have to create anything. It's already there on internet. Got it now? So basically what the information is, this entire XML contains the information of 12 books. Okay, like XML Developers Guide, Midnight Rain. Okay, what is that? I don't know. Auburn's Legacy. Okay, so different books are available. Some are fantasy books, some are English books, developer books, and so on. Okay, some 12 random books are there. Now we will use this entire XML to process our own information. Got it now? I'll go over here and simply copy this put it in the notepad. You can see the data is available just like this. So here's my opening tag. There's my catalog tag. Inside catalog, I have book ID and there's a unique ID called BK101. And then this entire BK101 defines one single book. Author, title, genre, price, publish date, and description. Same goes with other 12 books as well. These elements are same, only their values are getting changed. Clear to everyone till this point? So you can directly save this book in the location. I will give the name as books.xml and all file type will be all. Okay, save. Now if I go back and check this one, that's how basically it looks like. You can see here. It is XML data, right? You can see here. Okay. So all IDs are available. When you expand any one of them, you'll find these tags inside the XML. Now we need to use these tags, and now we need to basically parse the entire data. Parsing means taking the XML data and then reading and then writing it into the proper format, into the PowerShell format. That's what we have to do now. So since we have captured all the XML data, stored it in a notepad file, now time to call that file, and then based on that we need to process the remaining things. Okay, so here calling the data, okay, calling the data on the PowerShell itself. For that I have to use a variable called, let's say, XML data. You can use any variable. Then to call the data from a file, we know the command is get content. Okay, and then the path or the name of the file. Since I am in the same folder only, I can directly go for books.xml. If you don't know the exact the file where exactly it is available, it's always recommended to go with the full file name like this in double quotes. Clear to everyone till here? Now if I run this line, see what happens. No need to do it, just look here. Okay, and if I run only XML data, it is printing the same XML data only. According to you, what is the data type of this XML data? What is happening over here? It's an object type, array. System based type is array. But are we working on array? That's the problem. So you need to tell that the data you are fetching is actually an XML data. That can be done by just one thing, typecasting. This time when you call this line again, it understood that we are working on XML document. Got it now? This is how basically it works. So here, after retrieving the data from the XML file, we have seen the data type for this particular variable is XML document. Now with the help of XML document only, we need to perform every other scenario. Like, I'll copy this. So if I only run this particular variable just to print, just to see what's there inside this particular data, if I run only this much, you can see I'm not getting anything else apart from this data over here. So if you just try to access only the variable, it's not going to give you the total insights. So what you need to do is variable name dot. Now you have to provide the inner elements that were available inside the file. So here my inner elements are catalog. Why I selected catalog only? Exactly. So if you pay attention to the file over here, This is my file books.xml. Check. After having this first line, the very second line is catalog. Because of this catalog, I have to write here catalog. Only because of that. That means you are now trying to count, or you are trying to basically access the inner element within that XML file. If you try anything else, you can see you're not getting some relevant information. So if I go with catalog over here, see what happens this time. It is showing book, book, book. Why? Check this one. Inside catalog, we have a book tag, another book tag, another book tag, and so on. Okay. So if you want to look at the overview, this is what it is actually showing. Inside catalog, you have book, book, and so on. These are the tags it is showing up over here. Clear to everyone? Still, this is not making any sense as of now. So what I'll do now, dot book. Now if I run this particular line, can we see here? You can see ID, you can see author, and so on. This is the point where now I can target each and every data properly, and I can access them as I need it. So let's say I want the data to be readable in a proper tabular format. Right now this looks like a list. Okay, here it looks like a list. I don't want that. I want the data to be formatted in a proper tabular format. So I can do this. Pipe format hyphen table. And when you run this, see here. So from where we started, have a look here. This is how basically we have started, where each and every data is available in the proper tags. But now using PowerShell, I have basically converted this entire data into readable format over here. Make sense for everyone? This is what basically I'm trying to explain. This is basically what you call XML parsing, where you can convert the data from one format and then you can list the data according to your own requirement. Not only here, I can also go with this pipe select hyphen object, and now I can target the object. Like for example, I want ID and I want author, for example. Only two things I want. So run this much and there we go. With ID and author, I want to have, let's say, price as well. Okay, run it and there we go. With price, I want, let's take January. Let's take this one. So you can see over here. So depending upon the requirement, I can target the specific object over here, specific column over here, and then based on that, I can deal with it. So after this basic parsing, let's say now I have the data available with me, but I now need to select or display the very selective information, or let's make it very precise. I have some random data with me. Based on that, I need to search. For example, I need to list all the authors or title. Okay, here I don't have the title. I'll just add a title also. So you can see this, these are the book titles. Okay, now I need genre also. I want to target that. Sure, let's make it. Let's make it visible like this. Now, in this entire table, I don't want the entire information. I want a very selective answer. Let's say I know only the genre is, let's say, fantasy. So wherever genre is fantasy, I want all the book names. Scenario is clear to everyone? I have author, book ID, title, price, and genre. I know that, okay, I need, or let's say horror. The genre is horror, and I need to know the book title. Clear? So now how to do it? List book title with genre name only. Something like that. So here I will copy this much information. That's gonna be fixed. That's not going anywhere. Now what I want to do is select or where object, where hyphen object, okay, dollar underscore dot genre equals EQ. Are you sure? Instead of that, we can go for another parameter called like, okay, where you are basically matching a pattern. Okay, when you know exactly it is gonna be horror, then I can go for equal. Okay, but if I don't know exact keyword for that, then I cannot go with EQ. First let's go with EQ and then we will change it to something else. Okay, so when I go for this one, now what I need over here, I don't want full value. Select hyphen object and title. If required, you can go with ID also. Let's see if this works out for me. Make sense? So here you can see I have got my title of the book. Clear? Let's change it little bit, and this time let's say go with science fiction. Okay, now I don't know after science what is written. Assume that I don't know. I remember, okay, somewhere in the genre I know that science is mentioned. Okay, now based on only a part of the statement, you need to figure out the remaining things. So in that case, if I go with science, see, I can go with that. But here you can see when I'm going with equal, so it should match equally. If I write here science space fiction, that will work out. But I don't want to go with the entire name. I want to go with only the part of it. So we have two parameters over here. One is called match. One is called like. When I go with match statement, see here. So what it is doing, it is basically targeting in the entire genre wherever science keyword matches. Wherever science keyword matches. You do not have to provide the entire name. If I go with, let's say, instead of fantasy, only fant I have written. Half part of it. See. Getting it? So this kind of statement can be provided. Okay. These are basically called your regular expressions. Where you are basically text expressions. Where you are just passing some part of your entire statement and then based on that, you're getting exactly what you're looking for. Okay. I can also provide here price as well. So I'll get the pricing information too. So imagine from where we started and where we have ended now. That's the beauty of XML. Okay. So here list book ID